I want to take a couple minutes and just show you guys the proper way to make sure that your adhesive is good to go at the shop so that you guys don't have any issues. So if you're like us, if you've got an old adhesive tube, you probably left the tip on it. Sometimes you'll chop these in the chop saw and just put them in the storage there. Easy way to keep your adhesive nice and fresh. You can re-input the nipple in it if you still have that. Seems like at our old shops, the guys always threw those away as soon as they pulled them out and we just left the tips on. But if you're gonna be using an existing adhesive, you wanna make sure and take that tip off. You wanna go ahead and look at that opening there, make sure that there's nothing plugging it up, make sure no glue has dried in there. If there is, you can just get a nail or something to clean it out there. But real important to make sure nothing is plugging up either of those openings. This is a 10-to-1 adhesive, meaning that there is 1 part of catalyst for every 10 parts of adhesive. Seamlock Pro comes in a 50 milliliter, a 250 milliliter cartridge, which this is, and a 500 milliliter cartridge. So on a 250 milliliter cartridge, you're getting about roughly 500 inches of adhesive that's coming out in a little bit less than a 1/4 inch bead. In a 50 milliliter, you're getting about 100 inches. And if you were to go to a 500 milliliter, you're getting probably roughly 1,000 inches of adhesive coming out. So first thing we're gonna do, make sure that is nice and clear. We'll go ahead and load this into our gun here. Pull this back, put your adhesive into the gun, slide this guy forward. And then the first thing we always do is you always want to burp this adhesive. And you're just squeezing out so you get a little bit of adhesive and a little bit of the catalyst. Get that out, wipe that off, make sure it's nice and clear. And the reason you're burping it is to make sure there is nothing that's plugging up deep inside that opening there, right? I mean, you might look at it and think it's good. If you just put the tip on, you slam the tip in there, you start squeezing it out, there could be a blockage somewhere. By burping it, you can visually see that we've got catalyst and adhesive coming out. No blockages, everything came out nice and easy. Go ahead and take your new tip, throw your new tip onto the adhesive, put your lock back on it, squeeze that down, make sure it clicks in place, you're good to go. And now basically what we're gonna do is squeeze out a full amount of this adhesive here. So basically it's going through, and with the crowd locks, the adhesive is coming out, it's cutting it in half, it's mixing, it's cutting it in half, it's mixing, it's cutting it in half and mixing it. Every one of these little openings here, it's cutting it in half and mixing it. Come out, put out a nice, good solid bead there, bleed that out, make sure that everything in this tip is fully mixed, and now you are good and ready to start gluing up your countertop. Now I know the guys in the shop, they're gonna wanna save money, right? They're gonna, oh, we're just wasting adhesive here. You know, we don't wanna bleed all that out. We don't wanna burp it, it's just a waste of adhesive. Well, it's the same thing if you're in a solid service shop. We used to have that one guy that was saving us money and he'd be sanding 15 countertops with that one piece of sandpaper, right? And we're like, dude, change the sandpaper, like keep changing the sandpaper so you got fresh grit there that's cutting good. And you know, the employees are trying to do a good thing by saving adhesive or by reusing that sandpaper. They're thinking they're saving you money, but they're saving you $1 worth of adhesive, not putting that out. And if it doesn't get mixed properly and you have seam adhesive that doesn't kick off, how much time is that gonna take to fix? So just spending a little bit more money on the adhesive, making sure you're burping it every time and bleeding it, it's gonna lead to a lot less problems down the road. So show this to your employees, make sure they understand this, let them know that, hey, by doing this properly, it's gonna save money down the road. Don't let them get in a habit of stepping over dollars to pick up pennies, right? Like, do it right, make sure they understand why you're asking them to do what you're asking them, and that way you guys will have a much better experience when you guys are gluing up your countertops. Super simple. Probably most of you guys are doing this, but I just want to make sure that everybody understands this is the best practice on how to get going, setting up your adhesives for the countertops. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. We love helping you guys take your business to the next level, and we'd love to talk to you guys about Big Dog Adhesives. Thanks.